Yeah, Bang Bang Whale. I had a few comments the other day about Cliff Fields, yeah, saying what happened to him, you know. Well, actually, I don't really know myself, yeah. I'm getting comments saying that some travellers, yeah, the fight with some travellers, and they've put some glass stuff spikes in a catapult, fired it at him, and it stuck in his eye, and he got blind. And anyway, but then I was told that he bashed up about 4 or 5 of them travellers in a park, and they set about him and stabbed him in the eye with a bottle of glass. Yeah, I don't know which one's true, but I know Cliff. I can't make it up. When he worked with us, Cliff, me and Jimmy, yeah. Jimmy Tibbet, when he worked with us, the guy was a diamond, mate. He was a diamond, you know. But when we finished doing our work, and sometimes we're going to a pub for a bit of dinner, or a little drink, he would drink a lot. He would drink like 3 or 4 pints, easy, yeah. And that was a problem, you know. He was a big man. He loved to drink. That was the only problem that he had. I mean, when I used to see him fight, I've seen him fight when he fought Red Drops. I was at Box On to see him. I also see him when he threw Lenny McLean across the floor in the changing rooms, yeah. Cliff Field's a proper man, you know. When he fought Cliff a couple of times, when he fought Lenny McLean a couple of times, and then he bankrupted Lenny. I mean, he could fight, Cliff. Cliff could really fight, and to have him on my back, you know, to watch when we used to go collecting money as enforcers. It was nice to have him there, yeah. It's the same with Jimmy Tibbet, yeah. Jimmy Tibbet was the right crowd, and Cliff Fields. But Cliff, you could leave Cliff alone and you could get it yourself, you know. He was that sort of guy, you know, where you need three people going it usually. Just Cliff by himself could do it, you know. But I was a bit. The only thing that upset me. The way, I'm not to say his family, I don't really know too much, you know, but the way they left him to deteriorate the way he did, yeah. He just deteriorated, mate. He just like, from one time being a big man, 19 stone, you know, and deteriorating like he did to about, 10 stone. When I see him, you know, broke my heart to see him the way he was. Why did people let him go like that? Why did his family? I mean, his family love him, you know, but it's like everything, isn't it? When you're alive, everybody just pushes you aside, you know, because you're too much trouble, you're too much aggro. When you're dead, everybody's crying around the coffin. Oh, why didn't he come and see me? I would have helped him out and have done this. But it doesn't work out like that, does it? It never does. It never does, yeah? When I see Cliff, when Matt Legg put Cliff on his podcast, yeah? Cliff was, well, it broke my heart, mate. When I see Cliff in a calf, it broke my heart, you know. I thought to myself, you know, not everyone respected Cliff. I mean, I've said it again, I say it again, but when I see and heard Lou Yates, yeah, saying to Cliff Fields, come on, you're a coward, you know, I'd fight you anywhere, and Cliff Fields must have turned around and didn't acknowledge him, just let it go over his head, yeah, it wouldn't have happened. Cliff wouldn't have let that happen. There's no way Cliff would let anybody talk to him like that, especially in that way, you know what I mean? Yeah. You're a coward. I can fight you anywhere. Come on, let's fight anytime, anywhere now. You know what I mean? Cliff just turned his back on him. No way. That would never, ever have happened. You know, I mean, Cliff was a mate. He was a mate, you know, and we used to muck about, spar around, and all that. And it just seems mad that one day that he left me and Jim, and the next time I see him, he was like a walking dead man. You know what I mean? It was like, why? How did people let him get like that? Why did people let him go that way? Why didn't people get hold of him? You know what I mean? And like comfort him or make sure that he was okay, give him food and, take him out. Okay, he's a big, big, powerful man, yeah? He's lost an eye. Come on, that's like, takes it away. But how many people lose an eye, put a glass eye in, and that, yeah? Who was one of the fighters that had a dodgy eye? I don't know, was it Fraser? Fraser? I'm not quite sure. It was one of them, I'm not quite sure now. People let me know in the comments. One of them fighters, I think it might be Fraser, that had a dodgy eye, yeah? Or Shavers, someone like that who had a glass eye or a dodgy eye. I mean, come on. Why did Cliff go like that? Why did people let him go like that? You know what I mean? And he had a big, big family. I mean, his book is worth a fortune now. £700, £800 to £1,000 for his book, yeah? And it should be that. But they should have published a lot more, or the publisher got hold of that book now and published more books. Because Cliff's a legend. And he's someone that should never be forgot, I'm surprised that no one's ever published more of his books, yeah? Got hold of it, took it to a publisher, reprinted it, and they sold more books because he's a legend, yeah? And that's what they should do with a legend like that. Not just forget about him, mate. Not just forget about him, push him aside, and that's it, No, I don't agree with that. I think this geezer should be remembered. Cliff Fields should be remembered. Not just pushed aside. He was a powerful, powerful man. He was, he was a good pro. I think he was a good pro. He fought some good people, which he's done. He fought Billy Head. I know he got beat by a lot of these people. They stopped him in cutaways. He used to cut very easy, but come on, then he went into the unlicensed fighting. When you go into this unlicensed fighting, believe me, you meet some people in there, mate. You meet loads of people in this unlicensed, most of them are gangsters anyway. They're big gangsters get into this unlicensed fighting game, you know what I mean? Joe Pyle, you had, who else? What, was he a gangster? Was he a gangster? Frankie Warren? Maybe I know he had lots of brothers. That was very heavy. Maybe he was a gangster, Frankie Warren. But Joe Pyle was definitely a gangster. Alex Steen, definitely a gangster. Ray, what's his name now? Sorry. Ray Bender, Ronnie Bender's brother. He was a gangster. A lot of people said to me the other week when I was talking about Ronnie Bender, saying, he was very, very loud and all that. Didn't like him, he's too loud. He wasn't loud. Ron was a nice geezer because that was his way. Some people have got their ways, That doesn't mean to say he was a bully, or he wasn't a bully one. He could have been, but he wasn't. I mean, I never see that in Shelford Prison. Listen, when they say shout about, maybe he did shout about to people, make go out the teas and the coffees, make the sandwiches, them sort of things. But they're runners. They're people that get paid. They're people that get their tobacco. They're people that get looked after. Why shouldn't he shout at them sort of people? He's not. It doesn't make him out to be a bully or whatever. But it wasn't about this. It's about my old mate Cliff. People like his family out there now. Who have got his book or who has got his book, take it to the publishers to get it reprinted, yeah? Even if you print 1,000 books, mate, or 2,000 books, they're going to go out. They're going to fly out, Cliff Fields books. Just get them reprinted again and done them, and get them done. Because everybody wants one of his books and they can't find them. That's why they're so expensive, £70, £80 and all that, Is it £700? £600, £700 for a book. Come on. If you reprint them, they go down. It's going to go down a couple of £100 or something, yeah? But they're worth it. The books are well worth it. He's a legend. Great stories. But I'm just gutted the way he went, yeah? If people out there know more about it, let me know. I'd love to do Matt Legg's done one about him and Cliff, Lenny McLean, yeah. But as I say, that when I see what Matt put out about Clifford's, broke me up a bit, done me in, you know what I mean? Done me in to see the guy like that, you know what I mean? Just, I mean, listen, if you're family and you see your dad or you see your brother or your uncle go like that, start to go into pieces, you've got to dive in there and help him out. It's no good saying after he's dead, oh, why didn't he come to me? You should have gone to him and helped him out, you know. All right, saying no, he didn't want help. Of course he needed help. Of course he needed help. To see him like I see him in a cafe, of course he needed help, you know. Anyway, it's just a little story about Clifford. I want to do a big one day, like to try and get more information than I can, than I have done, yeah. But anyway, bang bang rail, yeah. Nice one, bye.